What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the potential use for the Pokemon known as Virizion in Pokemon Go. We've already seen other members of the Swords of Justice added into the game, like Cobalion, as well as Terrakion, so why not go ahead and talk about Virizion? As far as this whole series is concerned, what we aim to do is take a look at what is currently loaded in for this Pokemon, take a look at its moveset, and then speculate on what it would take for this Pokemon to be the most successful that it can be in Pokemon Go. Then once the Pokemon officially gets released, that's where the deep dive series comes into play. In the past, what's happened is I've tried doing it early, Niantic ended up just changing up the movesets, and then, oh wait a minute, all of a sudden the video's outdated, then I had to make a new one. So that's kind of like the purpose behind this. Hopefully you do understand this. I'm very excited to go ahead and talk about some of this. And speaking of being excited, I actually have a sponsor for today's video known as GSN Casino. Today's sponsor is brought to you by GSN Casino. GSN Casino is a mobile application game available on Android as well as iOS. Now this game is actually the #1 social casino version of America's Best TV game shows, including the game presenter from the show Deal or No Deal known as Howie Mandel. Now when I first downloaded this application, there were just so many things to do, I figured I might as well go about it from a classic perspective, go ahead and try out some of the slot machines, and within a couple of minutes of going and doing this, I actually ended up winning a very big prize, so I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, I can pass off the luck that I've had onto you. In my own personal opinion about this game, I've really enjoyed it. The graphics are smooth, there's a ton of things to do in the game, and heck, I even like the music that plays in the game. This game is totally free, so if you're interested in playing different casino games just for fun, go ahead and check out the link in the description. I have a special offer for you where you can actually get 12,000 free chips by using the link in the description, so what are you waiting for? If you're interested in GSN Casino, go ahead and check it out, and I will see you there. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We've got Virizion with a max CP of 3022. Virizion is a dual type Pokemon of grass as well as the fighting type. So we have seen something very similar to this as far as like Breloom is concerned with that specific typing. And who knows, maybe a little bit of a trivia question, but maybe this CP seems familiar to you. We'll of course discuss that on the next screen. But when we get into the stats, we want to go ahead and point out its highlights of it. Its best stat is its defense stat at 229. That actually ranks at 26th in Pokemon Go, so that is solid. Stamina, looking good. But unfortunately, when you get down to the attacks, 192, but it's actually ranked at 219th in Pokemon Go. One good thing going for it, though, is that there aren't a lot of grass-type Pokemon that have a very high attack stat. You've got a lot of them like at the 200 to potentially 210 range, kind of like around in there, so Virizion is not like that far behind, but it is still not ideal when you talk about it, at least from the rating perspective. By the way, it actually has the exact same stats as Cobalion. Difference being that it is going to, of course, have different typing and then a different moveset. So just because Cobalion is not successful in Pokemon Go does not mean that Virizion will not be. We'll go ahead and talk about one potential factor related to that, and that's going to be its moveset. As far as its moveset is concerned, it does seem to be in a better position than what Cobalion was in. And the first bit of good information is going to be that Leaf Blade kind of setup. Leaf Blade is not that bad of a move overall, and it's also really good in PvP, so far, Virizion is at least not knocked in that way. But then when you go ahead and head over to those quick moves, we do have Quick Attack, which is normal, so that's like a good neutral type move if you want to look at it that way. Zen Headbutt, I probably would not use it in that case. And then of course we don't have any type of grass quick move. I end up checking the moveset. It's going to be very difficult for us to see something like this. We're going to have to actually see some new moves added into the game. And knowing Niantic, they're probably not going to do that. So I would expect that these are not going to rotate that much. And then, you know, for me personally, Leaf Blade is going to be like the only thing that's going to be something to look forward to with Virizion. So let's go ahead and get into just kind of like the general news that we want to talk about. From the raid perspective, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know straight out. This Pokemon is not going to be good at raids. It already has the issue of not having like the stab type moveset that you want to have, like a grass and a grass, a fighting and a fighting. That's not happening right off the bat. And then secondly, it has an attack set of 192. That would make it extremely difficult to be successful. However, when you head over to the PvP side and you take a look at pvppoke.com, it's got the different ratings. So I went ahead and put all three of them on here. And this is going to be the Great League, and then we've got the Ultra League, and then finally we have the Masters League, just so you can go ahead and kind of see how that works. Now, as far as the Great League is concerned, it doesn't necessarily have that bad of a ranking at 58th, but it's not able to get down to that CP. It is going to have to be at level 15 to do that. Maybe at that point in time it's possible, but for now, level 20, it just can't get there on its own. But guess what? Ultra League is going to be the one that you would see the most success for, where it actually ends up being ranked at 25th in the Ultra League, which means you don't even necessarily have to invest that much resources into it as far as powering up is concerned. Of course, you would want to invest some candy, for example, to get yourself that secondary charge move to get Stone Edge. But like we said before, Quick Attack's looking good. We've got Leaf Blade looking good, and then finally Stone Edge just on there. You could probably go without Stone Edge, but that's definitely going to help you kind of broaden what you will be effective against, and that will cost, you know, some payment if you look at it from the candy perspective. So that just about wraps up the video. At the end of the day, Virizion is not going to be that game-breaking by any means. We've had a little bit of a boring period in Pokemon Go as far as these legendary raid bosses are concerned, but at least a hint of excitement could be the fact that this Pokemon is going to be duoable, so maybe people are going to have a lot of fun with it from that regard, just doing those different types of challenges. But anyways, I want to know what you think about Virizion in the comment section below. What is your favorite from the Swords of Justice? Anything and everything, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time. If you want to develop a deeper connection, I would highly recommend you to check out Patreon. We've got a lot of really cool things going on over there. Check out all of these supporters that we have. We are almost up to 100. We are also posting some special content, some behind the scenes work. And if that is the type of thing that interests you, I would highly recommend you to check it out.